Hair coloring techniques. Introduction to module. Color is one of the most expressive elements since it evokes emotions and inspires. Color in cosmetology may make a solid artistic statement. Hair color needs a high level of technical expertise and commitment on the part of the cosmetologist to do the work properly. This module will help you get a thorough idea of the hair coloring techniques. Learning objective. After completing this module, you will be able to get a brief introduction to hair colors, understand the gradual and temporary hair coloring process, apply semi-permanent hair coloring techniques, recognize permanent hair coloring, review different color application techniques. Hair color. Hair coloring is a method that men and women both use to change the natural color of their hair or conceal the appearance of gray hair. Hair color may be altered temporarily or permanently. Henna and indigo had been used to color hair for over 3,000 years. Hair coloring was previously exclusive to professional salons, but since 1950, home-use hair dye has gained popularity. Hair coloring is mainly used to conceal gray hair. Numerous hair dye cosmetics have been created throughout the years, including gradual, temporary, semi-permanent, and permanent. Approximately 65% of the hair dye industry consists of permanent colorings, 20% of semi-permanent colorings, and 15% of other kinds. Gradual hair coloring. Gradual hair colors, also known as metallic or progressive hair dyes, need a repeated application to darken the hair shaft gradually. This product will slowly alter the color of hair from gray to yellow-brown to black over many weeks. There is no control over the final color of the hair, just its depth of color, and there is no possibility of lightening. These products include water-soluble metal salts deposited as oxides, suboxides, and sulfides on the hair shaft. Although lead is the most often used, metal, silver, copper, bismuth, nickel, iron, manganese, and cobalt have all been used. Gradual hair dyes are popular because they are inexpensive. They must, however, be applied correctly to avoid poor color quality, stiff, brittle, and lifeless hair. The trace metals left on the hair make it difficult to anticipate the outcome of subsequent coloring or permanent waving treatments. The trace metal may cause the hydrogen peroxide in bleaching or permanent waving treatments to degrade, resulting in hair shaft breakage. Hair that has been treated with a gradual hair colorant must grow out before further dyeing or wave treatments to get an optimum outcome. Gradual hair coloring is particularly popular with men who want to conceal their gray hair and achieve a gradual deepening of their hair color. Men often trim their hair, which eliminates hair that has been damaged by continuous application of the metallic color. Continuous application is required to retain the correct color, which over time may turn the hair shaft ugly. Temporary hair coloring. Temporary hair coloring agents account for less than 3% of the hair coloring industry and are easily removed with a single wash. They provide a slight tint to a natural hue, brighten a natural shade, or intensify an already colored shade. Temporary hair colors are done by applying a blue or purple temporary rinse to the hair after washing to mask yellow colors caused by residual eumelanin. Male and female teenagers may use temporary hair colorants to make blue, green, red, or purple hair for a weekend party. Temporary dyes are available in 3 different formulations: liquid, mousse, and gel. Liquid temporary hair colorants are sometimes referred to as hair rinses because they are often applied in the shower after shampooing, and the excess dye stuff is rinsed off. FDC Food, Drugs and Cosmetics and DC Drugs and Cosmetics, blues, greens, reds, oranges, yellows, and violets are the temporary dyes names. The liquid rinse formulation is the most popular, particularly among older patients with gray hair seeking to eliminate unwanted yellow tones and create a more pure platinum hue. A sample product for this purpose may include methylene blue, acid violet 6B, and water-soluble nigrosine at a concentration of 0.001% in an aqueous solution. Temporary hair dye is for older clients who style their hair once a week since the color must be reapplied after each washing. Temporary hair colorants are available in mousse compositions in both natural and party hues. They are put to towel-dried hair after washing and are not removed. Female clients with mild bitemporal graying benefit from mousse temporary coloring treatments. These materials are available in various vibrant party colors to create unique multicolored effects. Gel formulations of temporary hair colorants are similar to mousse formulations, except they come in a tube rather than as a foam discharged from an aerosol can. Gel temporary hair colorants also include a style assist. These cosmetics are offered only in vibrant party colors, with some lines incorporating hair glitter. Temporary hair coloring chemicals should be used carefully on clients with damaged or chemically treated hair due to the rising dryness of the hair shaft. The removal of the cuticular scale causes the damage. Weak hair shafts enable color molecules to penetrate the hair, making them more persistent. However, it may be necessary to wash more than once to remove the color. Semi-permanent hair coloring. Semi-permanent colors are held in the hair shaft by weak polar and van der Waals attractive forces, allowing them to last for 6 to 10 shampoos. Usually, 10 to 12 colors are used to get the appropriate color for the hair. Semi-permanent dyes create tone-on-tone coloring rather than dramatic color shifts. Semi-permanent dyes are recommended for individuals with less than 30% gray hair and want to restore it to its original color. The original color is accomplished by choosing a lighter dye color than the natural hair color, since the dye will penetrate both gray and non-gray hairs. Semi-permanent dyes cannot be used to lighten hair since they do not contain hydrogen peroxide, nor can they be used to darken hair more than 3 shades darker than the patient's natural hair color. Semi-permanent dyes in the beauty business are considered appropriate just for remaining on the shade. Many types of dyes are available, including textile dyes, vegetable dyes, and synthetic hair stains. Men and women both like semi-permanent hair colorants made from textile dyes. These colors are often used in shampoos and mousses. The dye is mixed with an alkaline detergent shampoo to increase hair shaft growth, allowing the color to enter the hair shaft minimally. Thickeners and foam stabilizers are added to ensure that the color remains on the scalp and does not run into the eyes. These treatments should be applied to wet, freshly shampooed hair and washed out after 20 to 40 minutes. When applied to the porous, chemically treated hair, semi-permanent colors may become more permanent. Henna is a semi-permanent vegetable dye since it penetrates the cuticle very little, enabling the color to be removed in 4 to 6 shampooings. The henna is mixed with metallic salts to create compound henna, which offers a greater variety of colors. Synthetic henna-type products have mostly supplanted natural henna dyes, offering a range of color hues from auburn to blonde to gray. These synthetic henna treatments include a conditioning ingredient with the dye. Hennas may be used to deepen the natural hair color, but not to lighten it. Natural hennas are inferior to synthetic hennas because they dry up and brittle the hair after repeated applications. When used as hair color, henna has not been known to induce allergic contact dermatitis. Hair stain is a more recent form of semi-permanent hair coloring. Hair stain is a synthetic polymer that often comes in artificial colors such as red, blue, purple, or yellow and adds a tint or highlight to the hair. The stain looks translucent, blending in with the natural hair color. As heat is used during the staining process, the stain becomes more resistant to wash removal. However, when both heat and hydrogen peroxide is used, the stain may profoundly enter the hair shaft and become permanent. Permanent hair coloring. Permanent hair coloring is the most common method, accounting for 85% of all hair colors marketed for professional salon and home usage. Older men and women have used permanent dyes to conceal gray, and teenage boys and girls to lighten the hair. Re-dyeing is required every 4 to 6 weeks since new roots develops on the scalp. Since multicolored hair has become trendy, this is no longer regarded as a significant drawback of permanent hair coloring. Permanent hair coloring does not contain dyes, but rather colorless dye precursors that chemically react with hydrogen peroxide within the hair shaft to form colorful molecules. Permanent dyeing enables lighter or darker colors than the client's natural hair color, because higher concentrations of hydrogen peroxide may bleach melanin. The oxidizing step serves as a color producer as well as a bleacher. Because hydrogen peroxide is used to create the new color molecules, hair dyes must be adjusted to prevent hair lightening during regular coloring. However, hydrogen peroxide alone can remove enough melanin to lighten dark brown or black hair to blonde. Boosters such as ammonium persulfate or potassium sulfate must be used to obtain high degrees of color lightening and be kept for 2 hours. Individuals with dark hair who dye their hair to a light blonde tone will notice the development of reddish colors with time. Application technique. Permanent hair color may be done at the salon or home. Permanent dye products for home use may lighten or darken hair by 3 shades, while salon treatments can reach any color of the rainbow. Hair color application technique. Permanent hair colors for home usage are supplied in a package containing 2 colorless liquid bottles and plastic gloves. The dye precursors are suspended in an alkaline soap or synthetic detergent base in one container, while the stabilized hydrogen peroxide solution is in the other. The 2 bottles must be mixed shortly before use and forcefully shaken to mix the contents thoroughly. The color cannot be stored for later use and must be applied immediately to dry, unwashed hair. The dye precursors and hydrogen peroxide move into the hair shaft's cortex, where they undergo a chemical reaction. The dye is applied to the hair for 25 to 40 minutes, depending on the color chosen and whether the hair has been chemically treated before. If the hair has already been colored, the dye must be applied first to the new growth at the scalp, and then combed into the ends of the hair for the last 10 minutes. As the previously colored hair has a broken cuticle, it allows the dye to enter more quickly. If new growth and previously colored hair are exposed to the same amount of hair dye for the same amount of time, the previously dyed hair will be darker. Highlights of the module. Hair coloring is mainly used to conceal gray hair. Gradual hair coloring is particularly popular with men who want to conceal their gray hair and achieve a gradual deepening of their hair color. Temporary hair coloring agents account for less than